My name is Angela Greene, and my organization is called Salt of the Earth Youth Market Garden. It was established in 2008, and it was just something that I started. Didn't really know what I was going into because I just wanted good food for my family, and it culminated in a project for the youth at my church to not only learn about nutrition, but also find a means to generate some funds for things that they wanted to do. We've had some upwards of 50 kids be involved over the last few years, and that's, you know, long-termers and people who just come for a day, and even more than that in terms of volunteer groups and whatnot. So people know we're here, and hopefully they'll appreciate what we're doing, and they'll come see us when we are at markets, and they will, you know, just maybe grab for something at the grocery store that's not full of preservatives and additives and sugar and all these things that we know that in our culture especially are detrimental to us. This particular garden farm is located in the northwest area of Kansas City, Kansas, and we're just 2 blocks from what's known as the Q, or Quindaro. So it's a very infamous name. A lot of people knew Quindaro when it was hustle and bustle and had a lot of businesses and a lot of shops and various, you know, markets for the people in the area, and it's completely changed. And what happened was, when I moved back to the area in 2007 to help family, I did it, you know, a little begrudgingly, because I thought, well, where I was, I could jog 2 minutes to the grocery store, or any fast food place, or any eating place, or even, you know, just retail. And everything was right there, centrally located. And I knew once I came back to the community, which I grew up in, that would go away. So when we moved back, I was looking not only to have good food for my family, but I was looking to make it easier on me, because I knew that I wouldn't have a lot of time and things like that to do a lot of grocery shopping, which the closest grocery store is probably, well, it's easily an 8 to 10 minute drive away. So for people without transportation, people in this area, at one time, easily there were at least 8 grocery stores in this area, and now there are 0. So it's gone from an abundance to completely nothing. And it's amazing, because when we have meetings, community meetings, meetings of commissioners, things like that, that is one pervasive question that always comes up, and it's always met with, we're working on it. Now, I've been here since 2007, and I've started growing and refining and improving my method of gardening with the young people. And in that meantime, there have been 1, 2, 3, 4 or so Family Dollar, Dollar General stores that just have simple refrigeration units that carry such healthful things like bologna and Velveeta cheese. Now, they'll throw some eggs in there, or some, you know, some milk or something like that. But when you go into these stores, there's a line out the door, because people would rather go there, spend a little bit more money for the convenience, than to have to drive way out and, you know, have to either rely on someone else, or gas prices being what they are, fluctuating. And so it's a real sad state, because you hear all kinds of different takes on why there aren't any grocery stores, but all I know is I don't see one. So that's all I need to know that there needs to be one. And this area, with the population as it is, could support easily 2 main grocery stores, easily. So I can't hear that there's not enough people in this area, or that they'll tear it up, or any of that, because the main way to prevent that is you hire the people who live in the area, and they'll take care of their own, and they don't want to tear up what they have, you know, especially if they know that what it's like to not have it. So it's just a lot of things that aren't right on a grassroots area, and this is just my little small consolation to make it as right as I can, you know. We can all do our own little part. It doesn't have to be major, but it can definitely be catching. And as a result, there have been a lot of people in the area that have come and they've started growing in little pots, or they've dug up small areas in their backyard to grow some things, or they just, you know, they come by and visit just to see because the interest is high. So it's one of those things where you do what you can, and then you go on, and hopefully somebody will notice, like you guys, and highlight what people in the urban core are doing. So you have a lot of young people who just don't do or don't think about agriculture as a viable career option, or even a notable hobby or pastime, because they look at work with your hands as something somehow being beneath you. But you got to tell them, hey, sweetheart, that's what got you where you are now with your technology and everything. And when your computers break down, you need to know how to grow something, or you will starve to death. So it's just kind of amazing that you have to have one foot in each world. You have to know what's going on today, be able to reach people today, but you still have to go back to that grassroots of where did it all come from. And like I told the kids when we started the project, salt of the earth comes from Matthew 5:13, where it says, ye are the salt of the earth, ye are the light of the world. And if the salt loses its flavor, what good is it? And I look at the youth as being that salt. They're the preservers of our future. And so in that, you know, I tell these kids, I said, you get in there and you learn it. I'm not expecting anybody to necessarily become a farmer, but I do expect for you to question and know more about what you put in your mouth. That's your fuel. And so it's several hundred square feet, and we have basically a raised bed system going on here, where we don't have sides or anything, but we work the earth, and then we add soil amendments and whatnot. And what I found is I kind of displaced my love for shoes with a love for seeds. So it was not a seed that I did not love and want to grow. And so I said, no, can't do that. Too many different levels of labor and whatnot and needs. So I started specializing over the years. And so what you see here now in these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beds is my main specialty now, which is garlic. I love garlic. Say what you want to say about garlic, but I love it. And I love garlic for so many things. Not only just its culinary applications, but also its medicinal applications. My mom tells me how my grandfather, who had heart problems, would crush up garlic, put it in water, and drink it. And this was before the days of garlic and all these other things that they now sell you for a lot of money. I'm kind of known as the garlic goddess. I have 8 varieties of garlic, and so people come and they say, oh, I'm cooking Italian, what shall I use? And I say garlic, and but I'm able to educate people on the varieties, the types, the storage, the applications and uses of garlic. And a lot of people have really come on board and really enjoy that. But other than that, we grow everything from edible flowers to cotton. And when we started growing cotton, that was a bit of a controversy because, of course, the stigma attached to cotton. But like I told the kids, you wear it every day. You need to see what it looks like, and you need to know what it looks like. And nobody's lashing your back on this. So you should not feel bad about growing and picking the cotton that you grow, because this has been under your own desire, your own, nobody's making you do this. So just took that away from them, and it's a beautiful plant. It's beautiful. So I got wise and I said, let's see if we can sell some of these cotton plants at market. So I took, we took our cotton transplants to market, and it was just a hit. I mean, everybody and the lady said, oh, well, what am I going to do with that? I said, well, all those cotton balls you buy, you don't have to buy those anymore. There you go. You got your own organic cotton right here. So we walk this way. On this side, we have about 16 raised beds. These first beds are a combination of garlic. I also grow shallots. I grow leeks. Here in this area, I had spinach and cilantro. There's some still popping up there now. With these mild winters, it's made it really nice because it's extended our season. Here you see that I have bulb onions growing right now, and they'll be ready to harvest shortly after it warms up for steady. Yeah, they overwinter. I do a lot of experiments in the garden. One of the things I learned was that you don't have to buy new seed from a seed company every year. And so as things produce seed, I left in 3 different varieties of kale. Those that survive the winter will flower and they will give seed offshoots, so I know that there are no GMOs or there are no genetically, modified, seeds or anything in my seeds, because I start out with organic and I keep it organic. So this is the area where we had tried to start a indoor environment. I still have some cabbages there that I'll see what about harvesting, but here's a bed of carrots, and they're fine. In the spring, we'll uncover them, and the tops will grow back out, and we'll be like Bugs Bunny saying, "What's up, Doc?" and eating our carrots. Brussels sprouts. I grow everything. One of the things about my garden is being where it's located. It's in a very prominent area, a big main street in front of it, residential all around. And one of the things I wanted to do was to not create an environment of foreboding, and that, I know it's a garden, I know people are concerned about things such as theft, vandalism, but people are always asking me, well, do they steal from you? I said, it's food. If they need it that bad, they can have it. This is our butterfly habitat. We have flowers and things growing in that area. Another thing I did was, because of the topography here in the raised corner lot, I did not feel the need to invest in monetarily or time a fence, an actual fence, because I said, if somebody wants to come up here, they're going to come up here anyway. So I've invested in a natural fence. There I have blackberries. There I have raspberries, and I'm just working it all the way around so that my fence will be not only natural, but it'll be edible too, so it'll be delicious. Here we go. These are my honeybees, and I have not right now, but I have a 40,000 strong colony in here. And it's not very pretty, but that's our compost. We compost quite a bit. You can never make enough compost, but we do compost what we can, and I add to it year round. So this is last season, and it will sit, and I'll start another one over here. And as it breaks down, of course, you turn it and cover it and do a lot of things, and hopefully you'll end up with a nice new organic mix within a year or so. So there's a lot of big plans up here. I already own this land. It's in my family, but there's nothing really keeping me, and the goal for the group is to own from Georgia to Roland. And the only thing standing in our way is this house that needs to be torn down, which we're working on that. This is what happens in the urban core. You have nice, beautiful homes that fall into disrepair. Nobody wants to bother them, and so then they just fall apart. So that's in the process of being demolished, from what I understand. So we're going to roll all the way down the block, and the goal is to, have another house here as our headquarters, so it can be a hub for the neighbors to come and, learn how to cook, garden, learn how to preserve the food that they grow, So we have some really lofty goals. Don't know how long it's going to take us, but don't have anything but time right now. If you are interested in our project and what we're doing in the future, if you want to volunteer and come by and say hi, we are located at, the official address is 2614 North 13th Street at the corner of 13th and Georgia in Kansas City, Kansas. But if you want to just send me a shout out, I can be reached via email, and that email is greenmission@aol.com. That's greenmission@aol.com, and that's my last name, Greene, mission as in possible, @aol.com. So I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.